playing a lot of Hilux 2, the blend that Mason Lindroth managed to do with this plucky, groovy soundtrack over the most visually compelling, surrealist fusion of claymation and pixel art I keep coming back to. Things like this and the Vermis books by Plastaboo, which have this old school RPG style, heavy dithering dark fantasy artwork that is super expressive and really creepy. I want to start using YouTube as a visual diary for myself in 2025 as I kind of go through my creative journey. I've been in this weird, awkward, in-between point in my life where I feel like I've been too passive and consuming media, but when I do have these creative urges to do something, I don't know where to put that energy. In 2025, I want to fix that feeling, and I did this by gathering all of my biggest visual inspirations and kind of brainstorming why they are so compelling to me. I wanted to use Vermis and Hilux 2 as sort of like a jumping off point for my own art. I think I managed to do that okay with my first piece. I just called that Decisions. I really leaned into this like absurdist comedy angle, and I was pretty proud of how I managed to show the bare minimum of like the brow and the forearms of the main character together. The RPG HUD part is pretty bare bones. The lighting is inconsistent with the torches and stuff, but hopefully I'll manage to tinker that out in future pieces. I want to incorporate this retro, surrealist, dark fantasy feeling into my own world building project, which I've been tinkering for the last few years now. I have these big A3 papers that I've just kind of Frankensteined into a giant map before, and I have thousands and thousands of words of lore and history and how the magic works and how all the government is assigned on this world. But when I look back on it, I'm so bored by it. I feel like slapping my past self in the face for being so derivative. And when I do look back on the artists that I follow so closely, it dawned on me that I didn't have to have this is where the elves live city and this is where the dwarves live city. I can literally do whatever I wanted. I want my fantasy world to feel fantastical, and by embracing these inspirations, I want to step that into my own work. I want to build up from the ground these evocative images that have the through line of these dark yet fantastical twists on conventional fantasy tropes that have a great weight of implied backstory. I'm inspired by artists like John Gagné for their unique character design and psychedelic elements. I love Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things with these insanely vivid, distorted shapes, and there are so many other mediums that inspire me so much that I want to get to in later videos. I haven't even touched on how music inspires me. Bottom line of this video is I want all of these inspirations to rub off into my work to make my world building project less derivative, because I have this need, I have this feeling that I need to create something, and I think this is just the best way to express myself. I'll come up for a name for this world building project soon enough, but for right now I just want to wipe the slate clean, start over again, and let anything that comes into my mind and anything that inspires me just guide my hand. And yeah, I guess we'll see how that goes. Yeah.